Obviously, Lotus. This
Okay,
is
GenG on
one of
defense,
GenG's
Team Secret on attack.
most comfortable maps. I mean, they
Oh yeah,
generally
what
they have a
the?
pretty strong map pool, but Lotus has always been there.
Wild
Yeah,
Oreo
one
and
of
Sky,
their finest
Envy
map
on
picks.
Sova, Jesse
They
Vash
had like
on.
a 13-1 against Global Esports, you know, and it's definitely a very
buys a
strong
Sheriff.
showing. But that said, it was against Global Esports. It's a different team now, and it's also a
GenG
team that
with the
hasn't shown
classic.
us any Lotus so far during Stage 2. And now they're showing us a Neon, a Sky, Sova.
Yeah, it's a very interesting version now on the desk as Texture takes a bit of a hit. We did hear Achilles talk about, sure, it can scale up. Achilles and both Paper Thin talking about the layers that you can have of utility, but the thing is you
I wonder what
need
GenG's
to
actual
win
like.
your fights at a certain point, right?
I wonder what their
real
overall
strong
win
way
percentage
to
is
just
once they
force
buy the
control
double
of
sheriffs.
Rubble or anything like that. So we'll see how that pans out after the pistol
I
round.
feel like
but for
it's
now,
so
it's just gonna be a
high.
four-man hold.
Like sometimes they
Jesse
don't do
Vash
the
is
double
digging
sheriff. It's very
so
rare.
deep onto A site.
I feel like
If
every
he
time I
doesn't
see him buy
spot
double
a
sheriff, they
fake,
just win
Curious to see
pistols.
if he reads into this. He's actually going to get picked off, and that's the signal to go right into C site. The double triple swing
they lose
out.
this one?
It's going to allow them to survive the decay.
about
Allows
right.
for one kill over to Lakia, but it's still going to be 3 members left alive for Team Secret.
So not an impossible retake for GenG, right? But if you look at the utility, there isn't all that much. Only Karon with the paranoia, and he has to make use of it to get that early control. Team Secret is already looking to snuff that out. Jeremy pushing up front with the Sheriff, but ooh, okay, nice little collateral from Munchkin. Starts things off. 2GE is in a rock, in a hard place. He's gonna try to find a bit of cover, but footsteps all around him.
Whoa.
Karon spots him out.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
as soon as you got
3
that
and
collateral,
0
you
for the
got to
pistols.
see
I mean, this is a good
paranoia.
demonstration.
I love that they were considering using
Double
the
sheriff,
paranoia there, and it
just
seems like
win
Munchkin perhaps just
percentage
made
is
the call to
crazy
say,
high.
hey, let's just try to peek this double peek, right? If we use this
A
here
lot of people
now,
don't like sheriffs on
that's not the way
pistols.
we're winning
I
the
think
round.
that-
Going
I think it's
for
always
the
been
round
strong.
winning play.
Especially when
Showing off
everyone
the
buys
GenG spray
ghosts,
as
no
well.
armor,
Not
you
too
can
many
double body
opportunities to show
shot.
us that in the first map, so you'll take what you can get here on map 2. Munchkin. Nice and clean, though. And these are the
Munchkin,
shots that
yeah.
we've been waiting to see from them because that's what we usually get.
No,
right?
people
I
in
mean,
te
even
people
if you
in
have a rough
teams
start,
didn't used to like
you
him
get
that
in the
much.
middle of the map. Seems like today it's just a little bit slower than usual.
Envy
Hell,
hates
with a great
sheriffs
start
and
on the pistol.
guardians.
That's why, I mean, you would normally
Hates
think
sheriffs
GenG's the
and
one with the
guardians.
pistols, the thrifties,
Guardian's
and
one of the best
everything,
guns
and
in the
they're
game.
definitely capable of doing at
Why'd you
least
hate a
on this map,
guardian?
to say the least.
I can
Team
kind of
Secret, on the
understand
other
the
hand,
sheriff
though,
hate
this
if you get too
composition
many.
is
Like
very
3 is probably
interesting.
too
You
many.
mentioned that early Rebel control, and that's why we don't see them being around this side too much. In fact, it's more of mound, and they're just hovering around these spots, especially on the fact that they're pistols.
Yeah, I mean, you can almost never try to just fight Rubble, right? Because if GenG does decide to come out with the Fade, Omen, and Raze all together, you're just losing that fight. I mean, 99 times out of 100, there's no way for you to win it. So you're always going to be looking to gain information to regain control of that.
Envy hates buying sheriffs and pistol runs.
5 rifles
Just give him the
spot up, not
GenG,
going for a couple of
give him the
those
GenG
shares,
pistol
really
stats.
trying to just respect Secret.
They've probably got like
Keep that
60% win
range.
percentage on
Texture,
pistols.
he does need to
is
make an exit.
kinda
Paranoia
unheard
has
of.
to be used to save him as well. He'll barely get out in time. Does he know how many members
Oh.
there are? That's a lot, but
Oh
he
god,
even
that was sick.
stabilizes after the slide. There's the cover in from Lakia.
Okay, nicely
But
done from
Envy
Envy. Maybe you can do a
gets 2
little bit
kills,
of damage.
recovers a weapon. 2GE staying alive for the time being. Tries to go for
And
the
the
swing
timing on that
out.
was unreal.
Envy now just looking to do damage. Trying to suss out which site might be weaker as they know that there were members on both A and B.
Dog cover is a little bit of a tell. Karon wants to block this off for a reason.
Really
so
good
he
timing.
Slipped the net
30
actually
seconds
through
left.
to stairs.
Magic gets
Might
around
be
the
able to
corner.
wrap back
Oh
around
boy,
to
he's dead.
Heaven, but nah, too many unknowns, too many variables. He's going for the safer choice. What is that?
What
A
is
90-degree
that? Not
flick
again.
onto
Not this whole
Meteor's
thing where they
head.
missed Joe's.
Now looking for the sight. He taps
Okay,
the spike.
great
but
damage.
Yeah, that's a tell for Terran to go in for that peak.
Karon just holding in tree, able to stabilize. I mean, I'm still reeling from something's 4K clutch on A site, so I was getting a little scared once Envy made that 180. But here, Texture and Lakia, it looks like they were going to have an okay time, but it's just too many. It's just an absolute
It is a nice
flood
idea of this. Nice little hit
coming
with
in
the
alongside
double bounce
whatever
recon.
utility they had on the side of Team Secret. They'll take away 3 rifles out of the 5. I think they'll be happy with that. So
Yeah,
GenG
the
now
bonus
just buying up to a bonus,
isn't
2
great,
stairs
but
and a
it's not
sheriff.
bad. We get the
Meanwhile, Odin
insta
already in the hands of
attack.
Jesse Vash.
Odin out.
Jesse Vash on the C site. That's
And
interesting.
Karon is
He's
behind
pushing up
them
front now, but
all.
look at the teleportation from Karon with the classics. He's trying to stay alive.
It's a nice
Needs
shock dart again.
dart, though,
Yeah,
back to the
it's a nice
stinger,
shock
but Jesse
dart.
Vash just fires on
Whoa.
through. Another collateral. lateral for Munchkin. That's the second one today. Wild Oreo fires right back, and this is onto a one-on-one. It's Meteor
What
with
a
the share.
shot, man. Yeah, that was the main one to hit. Who cares about the round before
Get
this?
that bonus, buy up to the Stingers. And once again, I mean, sure, this
As
time
if they
Team
got the
Secret, they use
collab
Lotus
as
so they
well.
can try
That
to
was
push into Rubble,
insane.
but they
Okay,
have to avoid
Pistol
so much,
into
right?
a
They can't
bonus.
actually take control of Rubble. They have to get ahead of
Jesse,
it. They're not able
what's
to
he
cover
doing?
Charon TPing right
Okay.
on top of that Rubble. And
I'm
at
just
that
gonna get a
point,
hero
it's just
gun
too
into
many
this. I thought they were
people.
about
They
to
haven't really been able to
let them
flood the
snowball
entire
out of
area.
control.
I like that they tried it once they had the clear
No one had
advantage in
any idea the
firepower, right?
TP
You
was
have the
too far
Odin
back. They didn't
trying to
hear
go
it.
for that suppressive fire, but Munchkin just telling him he's on the left. And Meteor does answer in response with a kill. But now that's a 3-0 start. A very, very different look from GenG here on map 2.
And this is where the Neon is supposedly stronger, just flooding right through, but Meteor answers right back. I mean, look at how he plays through the smokes on this. Spots out Jesse Bash, but he's tagging him with that Marshall, his very own signature weapon. Lakia finds the trades right on through, and Texture with the push out manages to secure the kill onto Team Secret.
Well, Secret might have waken up the sleeping tiger here on the side of GenG as they are just stomping through Lotus. Very different
second
look.
buy
Nightfall now
round.
online.
Second buy round they got.
The pit
Got a
and
nice
the
ult
showstopper
for it.
as well. And Secret, they're probably looking at this next buy round to see if they can stop it, if they can get some of that momentum back. As I mean, what a hold on that C side.
This is more what you expected.
I came into
Yeah,
this
it's
thinking
a very
GenG's
good start.
adaptability is going to be tested. But Team Secret's composition, we haven't seen all too much of it yet. I mean, they're trying out things where they're going for a lot of space control with that fast lane with Jeremy.
Yeah, Lombok goes down. When people prowler and try and push this, again, there's never been a team in the history that has pushed this making sound with less than 3 people.
Squad, though, actually just pushing at the
They could try and insta-react, maybe open
this is
door,
an opportunity for Secret, though.
or
Now
hit
that you've
C.
seen that the paranoia
Hard to
was
hit
used
C when they've
over
got
on
the double
Rubble,
blockers here.
you can slowly regain
back.
some control, get some information, at least try to push them back to force them back into a default position. Now, GenG just saying that, hey, they're probably just going to still stick around over on the C site. We haven't really heard anything otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very good round from GenG at the moment.
That should be the Notice. Jeremy
It
gonna get that
says
kill,
to
though.
get
There are the Seekers to
absolutely
Paranoia
wrecked on
chasing through. They
site.
can't quite
It's
catch
done.
Meteor just yet. He's still alive in the back of sight. Lakia coming in for the trade and the support. Meteor gets taken down. Lakia now all down. Alone, but
Oh,
he
and
gets another.
Texture
Stays
gets
alive.
the
cover from
spam.
Texture
What
is
the-
perfect. And
Dude, that's
Lakia
just a
truly
straight
has
up
been
2v4
the
on
torch
site,
here
man.
for GenG
Yeah, the
today.
fade ult did a lot. I guess there was still low
Jesse
HP
Bash
from
all
it.
alone.
Oh my
spammed
god, it's a
down
straight up
the
spam
triple
as well.
kill for Texture.
Dude, I'd love to see Texture's POV on this.
That is
Hopefully
now
we
the
get it.
5th round in a row for GenG.
Shout out to
The
Lakia.
reads, the
Dude,
rotations, everything
unbelievable.
goes through really quickly. I was just thinking, I mean, the way that they hit this site, they were looking pretty darn good on it. But as soon as Lakia
Alright, he
turned
was
things
so
on, I
low
mean,
from that,
Jeremy
yeah.
Yes, are facing some difficulties with finding the cleanest entries into sites, and GenG are not giving up space that easily this time, at least not on Lotus. The way that they're going for these early controls, I mean, right now, you see the pings on the map, they're going for that play up around Rebel again.
Yeah, no reason not to.
Bot coming back.
Just try to contest for it. Not going to be a
Yeah,
full commit.
I think teams just have a
We will
similar
see the paint shells just to hold them at
similar
bay.
thing. So
Catch a sight of just
there is
Killjoy,
one thing
and
that
that's
is
no good. This is the tail end once again. Texture
there
just
is
swings
one
out
thing that
confidently
a
with
lot
support
of teams
Charon.
have, like a lot of
The
teams at the
Haunt lands
moment
as
have
well.
a rule where if
Fortified
they
to
don't
G.
have a
I was
Viper,
wondering, I mean, you've got this overdrive,
they
you've
have
got
to
this Hunter's
have
Fury
a
from Team
Cypher.
Secret. Are they going to be
It's mostly because of the cage and like the fact that they can easily get out A, and that's what the wall normally provides.
Difficult to call. They're not going in for the Hail Mary.
And now without
I
the
do
Killjoy,
think the Team Secret haven't followed that rule and they might struggle.
That you've already given up over to the side of GenG. You imagine that it should be a weaker part of the map, as that is usually how this push out onto Rubble is played. So you push back with the drone. And now again, that turret not activated with the Killjoy being down. They have to commit to the C side.
It hit so many.
Karon just trying to stay alive. The Paranoia just completely hides it for the second, but it's too many members. Jeremy
extra 37 HP. You probably don't pop yet.
Okay.
Pops his Razor.
Try to buy time, but Jeremy, clean shot right through the edge of heaven.
He could get melted here.
And Texture's now just holding the line.
Running out to the left.
Respect. I like the way that he played it though. Took zero risks, just went for this spam on the wall.
Onto the paint shells now.
I'm really surprised he went for on the low HP.
But 2G managed to hold clear. With the Guardian though, taps on through. Munchkin finds the trade. And with that, 2 on 2.
Team Secret really need this 2v2.
Putting a fake onto Tree, but Meteor already gets spotted. There's a
what
double
a
swing though. They don't expect it to be that fast. The wraparound from Envy. It's just a stinger. He can't get the kill on the first target. Gets the dink, but not many more bullets after that.
I mean, GenG played it pretty well.
Now it is going to be the spike defuse. GenG up
pretty well, I mean, really well.
Rapid fire kickback a little bit too high, but that's it. I mean, not too bad of an idea from Team Secret, right? The way that they managed to take down this site, kind of doubling back after losing Jesse Vash. Going through Tree in that fashion. I think the funniest part was Karon not being able to find the kills, but that said, it gave them enough
and
information.
A Stinger wins that, that's
firepower,
actually true.
GenG
The guy's melted in the first 4 bullets.
Really surround them completely. Now GenG has built up that much of a bank. They've got the ultimates, but so does Team Secret, trying to execute with the overdrive now.
Yeah, it's just going to be a fast hit, but Texture's ready for it. Knows the weave in and out, and that's shut down immediately. You're trying to go for a fast rotate over to C, but you just have zero information. Team Secret stuck in chaos here in B main, and now they're just hoping and praying once again. Hoping and praying that their fakes are going to work, as they have no control over other parts of the map. GenG just keeping them trapped like fish in a barrel.
Like fish in a barrel, GenG will try to shoot them down too with the Odin now firing off. 2G finds a bit of a trade while Warrior as well. But Karon and Texture, they have found their own. Spike has been retrieved, and I guess he's going to try to get it planted on the A site, but he's going to be surrounded.
They've lost so many on the
from GenG.
On the easier side.
And now going up to heaven, the spike plant. It's pretty noticeable. Not going to matter though. Meteor just going to land the headshot. Everybody on GenG.
You know, it'd be devastating as well for Team Secret. They lose the best of 3. Like they lose this.
Not a single round
they lose this map, lose this map. Then they've shown all of their good stuff.
Really quickly.
For that rematch on Sunset
I like
as well.
the artistic creativity here.
Having fun now. Yeah, it's important
to
keep those spirits up, right? But this is very, very awesome to watch GenG operate in this fashion, right? They get the early denial against Jeremy, and then instantly you see the layer of smokes that they set up. They block off C, they block off B, and of course the toxic screen just extends all the way to A as well. I mean, that's why Team Secret did not have any control whatsoever. Karon and Munchkin are just staying on top of things so darn well.
Yeah, and Lockheed now going to be shutting down A side with the Odin. The Paranoia used early as well.
They
I mean,
can
the
make
fact
this one
that GenG
simple.
feels
Problem is they...
Paranoia every chance he gets.
Well, that's the Killjoy on 7 HP.
Get out alive. Yeah,
just getting out of there.
Bail out of there because we know that Lockheed will go through all 100 in that first magazine to really spam out anybody who hides out in A lobby. So now forced to go to C. GenG's ready for it. They're very well aware.
Yeah, and they got all the util to just isolate this one.
Stalls them for the longest time. Hunter's Fury in now, and that allows for Jeremy.
That was a lovely swing, though. They had to dodge the Sova ult, so they just end up W keying into a guy that's just wide swinging.
The long-awaited Hunter's Fury, they just couldn't find a good round to use it on. You know you stopped it, though. I mean, this is giving a lot of time
There's
to
a
seize
lot
as
of
well.
low
It's
HPs.
all time for Karon to try to wrap around. If he can get the kill onto Jeremy, this is a retake that's doable.
Oh
Karon
no,
gets
this
one.
is actually really scary.
He finds sight of another Lockheed coming in, but
lucky,
he will not get the kill with the shorty. And now they're two spread out. 2G
hadn't planted yet.
will stop it for that precious first round win.
Okay, here's another one.
That Odin Kind of works out for a second. Manages to funnel Team Secret onto the A side, but look at this. The Hunter's Fury combo in with Jeremy switching up the pace. Something that maybe GenG didn't quite expect. I thought that Meteor really managed to stall them with that Nanoswarm, but Jeremy is just quick enough to come in and slay all 3 of them down.
Yeah, and the Hunter's Fury just targeting that pillar as well. So either saying you either exit the site or you have to come close. Jeremy's ready for it. So that's a play that Team Secret has worked on for sure. Now Seeker's back online.
Yeah, they're going to make sure they don't get reset.
You have your own lockdown as well. Meteor, his own to counter on the defensive side.
They've kept the money really low.
Over to A. And now 2 members over on the C side. Paranoia is going to chase Texture out. Heron all alone. He needs to find the first target, but the Seeker distracts him. So does Texture. He's going to have to back out. GenG will have to wait for an opportunity.
Yeah, they might have found the site here.
Will get spotted, but that's the timing for the aggressive lockdown just to secure the spike plant.
Trying to halt and stabilize GenG. They want to recover. It's going to take a little bit of time, and in that time, Team Secret, look at how they're setting up. They're actually pushing deeper into Waterfall just to try to catch them from behind. GenG already up from defender spawn. They put down their own lockdown.
And they invested the Killjoy. It's actually it's going to be a big win for Team Secret.
His back around this. Meanwhile, Oreo just holds things down.
And now Lockheed, he's wary of it. Yeah, he knows that there could be people who are still going over to B site. He has to go for the save, as there isn't much of a chance. There's only a few rounds left in the half, so you don't want to give any freebie ultimates over to the other side. Jesse Bash going to be ready for it, though.
And they got the Killjoy ult, and everyone survives. 2-4.
A really great play here from Secret. I love the decision.
The one guy that can
go for the early lockdown, right? You know that they have one too, but you know that they're so far back over from their rotation. So you decide, we're going to put our lockdown, and then we're going to make sure we actually gain space from it rather than only getting the spike plant. That's a mistake we see a lot of teams make. It's a good adjustment.
Apart from the lockdown, it's also the Seekers and Wild Oreo's ability to read GenG's tendencies.
Right, just going with the safety.
They might actually peek over the top, so that's why
just a good low buy.
Just to secure that angle and finds a couple of kills along with that entry. Good stuff from Team Secret. Let's see if they can keep this up. They don't have any ultimates this round, though.
What are you doing?
GenG has several more, but what
Munchkin, second worst gun into the round. Joint second worst gun. You could say joint worst gun, to be honest. Decides to solo swing over towards B with a Viper.
It's early util expended from GenG just to try to hold on. Meteor has been spotted. They're going to continue to spam. Texture clears on B, though.
Dude, what was that insta-lock?
Jesse goes for the second kill. Now B site open. Meteor trying to fill the gaps as soon as possible. But Jeremy's fast. The Nanoswarm pops. There's no way Lakia will stop the initial
plan. They put ults into it as well.
And there is the Nightfall going to keep Team Secret at bay. This allows GenG to go for a full rotate, but Jeremy's still holding on, being a menace. Now they know that GenG has rotated out of C site. Team Secret still making the right calls, but they've been even down to a 2v2.
No more utility for either side. This is going to come down to
running down.
Gunplay. They've got the timings, they've got the sight, and with that, look at Jesse Vash deep into defender spawn. GenG tries to head out through the only entry that they have. Envy is trying to be very, very cautious around this specific angle. Watches around the boxes, and he manages to nail the spray. 1-on-2 now for Meteor, a side swing, and he managed to take the turret onto where
it's around the corner.
Where is he? He hears the turret,
has
an idea, has to clear it out though. Nanoswarm's not available. The alarm bot goes off, and he has to watch out. Is he going to think to check the back corner, though?
Got so
it's not quite happening. Goes in for the tap and just hovers his crosshair up around the right side. Spots the shoulder, goes in for it, manages to
it's close.
Does he have enough time,
really?
Though? Unfortunately,
he seems sure that he doesn't have it. I guess the bubble showed, right?
Yeah, that's a rough one. So Meteor was thinking a bit too far ahead, right? So he spots the alarm bot, recognizes that there's no peek, and he says, okay, does that mean that he might have wrapped all the way around Waterfall? That's why you see him checking.
Yeah, it would have been under 0.5, but I think it's right. I think he doesn't have it.
Then worst thing I can do is just wait for a reaction. But at that point, too much time has passed. So the patience from Jesse Vash, I love that he just tucks away once Meteor puts down his turret. And of course, Envy getting that first kill in the 2v2 helps a lot just to even the numbers. A little chuckle as Team Secret has been saved. looking rather
3 in a row.
content with
3 in a
Team
row.
Secret has
Easier
stabilized things
side.
after their initial timeout. 1
5
point
and a
away from the
pistol.
overdrive for Jeremy, 2 away from another Seekers for Wild Oreo. But meanwhile, showstopper for Texture, and now they just want to fight on Rubble. They want to just play it simple, flowchart, take control of Rubble. It's the paranoia, trying to get ahead of it, but Secret, they've seen this before.
They are not
Jeremy
getting killed by him this
down
time.
by Lakia.
Not after that other
will
round.
be the one to take down Charon, so they'll be able to get the space, but now they're lacking their Neon, the explosive entry, not there anymore for Secret.
Was lurking watching Warbirds, and he said that he had 80% timeout percentage and anyone under 50 isn't good. What the hell? Dude, that's the wildest take I've ever heard. I really hope that's not true. Also, if you really wanted to call him out, I guarantee his win percentage is under 50%.
GenG, Meteor will be looking to go back to
80%.
site just to activate his Killjoy utility in case it's a full rotate from Secret. But the Haunt still gets a target. The Paranoia comes out as well. And Lakia just spending time away from Team Secret. There's the showstopper as a reaction, but do they know that 2G is already snuck in? Not quite, but Texture's there for the trade. Still holding on to the site. Backup has now arrived. Munchkin up and Evan, but Texture gets taken down.
Calling the...
Yet another 2v2.
The only way people are getting 80% is after the pistol round, calling a timeout. I'm telling you. And they're all classics.
As Munchkin, he will be stuck.
No one's getting near 80% ever.
Gets the kill all the way down.
That's such a wild. That might be one of the most wild takes I've heard in Valorant.
Will need a spray down. The alarm bot keeps him trapped. He has to back out. Wants to reset. Knows that time is on his side. One man has to stick it. He wants to go for the spike blender. He gets one.
Oh my god! I was like, where's the trade? Just came in. 4 in a row.
Jesse Bash calling it to perfection at the end of the 2v2.
Such impressive plays from Team Secret. I mean, the trades, Texture with the showstopper managed to land a bit of splash damage. He managed to buy a bit more time for his teammates. But as you can see, Team Secret reads everything perfectly. They knew when Texture would possibly re-peek, and at the same time, Munchkin dropping down into drop, he made a little bit of that footstep, and that just gave away everything. Team Secret was very aware of his position, and at that point, the alarm bot just secured the back line from where Meteor was about to approach. So now, switching up the pacing again, we're into the B side. Jeremy just creating a lot of noise and havoc onto this.
In the corner of
GenG's attention has been pulled back in.
Yeah, Meteor falls all the way back, and thank goodness he did, because there was that recon bolt all the way deep in Waterfall, but for now, 2GE trying to create an opening on B side. Meanwhile, Jesse Bash is snuck all the way in through the pit. It goes down, and this site has now been flipped. It's a crossfire. Meteor stuck in enemy territory. Spike recovered by Envy. Jesse Bash just holding on as they know Texture is the last one. Jesse Bash is just looking to buy time. He won't do too much of it, but a 2v1 in favor of Secret. If they could get back to a 5-7 scoreline, what a comeback it would be for the first half. Texture picking up the pace. He knows he doesn't have time. If they're spread out, he doesn't have an option. 2GE's hiding in the off angle, and he gets a triple kill in the last round of the half.
Is 5 enough?
After what
I don't think so.
For Secret here in map 2, they will be catching
I just don't think so. I'm not even gonna try and
into the second half.
Ridiculous. William, this is 7 rounds in a row for GenG, 5 rounds in a row for Team Secret. What's going to happen in the second half?
I mean, if it's this streaky, overtime seems to be in order. Of course, the live winning percent showing us
about right.
Yeah, a bit of a look on what to expect from GenG. However,
then 7-0. Yeah, they got 5 at the end.
Secret, again, a new composition. And so on this defensive side, the past winning percent, right, their win rate might not have as big of an impact. Now, I imagine you're not going to be as explosive.
Found it, Prodigy. I can't call him out with the. I can't show the receipt with this many people watching.
Recon bolted to Waterfall, things like
Career
that.
ending.
That's what you can do with the cross map utility. So
he said teams should have above 40%, not 50%. Okay, that's not too crazy.
Should be looking for a little bit of extra info.
And it all comes down to this
that's not the craziest.
Of the pistol on the second half. Apart from the compositions, it's also several of these.
But he didn't say about him having 80%, did he? Someone with a lot of time could really own him. But he said he had 80%. Dude, no coach has 80%.
He nailed that final kill in the last round. He was
unless they're literally a god or awful, and there's no in between.
Onto this now, GenG.
Like there's no in between.
This before, can they make it happen once again?
GenG looking to contest over
You're either
and Team Secret
unbelievable,
will be looking for a bit of a fight,
or you're calling
over on
timeouts
A,
at the wrong
but
time.
I have to imagine that they're going to wait for the first piece of util and then go for it, or maybe even just a deep guiding light initially. We'll see.
Sean, even Sean, who is like probably like Sean and Potter, probably the closest we'll have to like gods at coming up with like eco strats. Even Bonka has insane eco strats. They're still calling timeouts on eco,
yeah,
so
they're just waiting over
it's
on the
gonna
side of
be
Rubble to see if
below
there's a push,
60%,
and then they wanted to trap them
like
back
at its
in
peak.
with their own info. But Secret now coming out ahead on that front, just knowing that they were able to stall them away from Mound.
Yeah, I suppose they're just trying to respect that toxic screen that Munchkin has so adequately laid out for
GenG didn't
them.
buy the double sheriffs?
And then they also have the option to go through Baby Door if they need Team Secret, but that's it. GenG are just now going through the
their own
pillars,
trademark, they don't even go for it?
clearing out all the back of Mound. Are they keeping their options open? Maybe B, maybe C.
I mean, you heard the audio over on Mound as well, so Munchkin just making the call to try to trap them out in C Mound. If not,
Alex,
try to go for a speed
Alex's
play,
percentage
but
is wild.
the smoke was a bit late, and at that point, the exit's already made. Now GenG a bit trapped, perhaps overthinking it. Getting a bit too aggressive on Mound, but they'll have to fight their way out of this one on B side. Still 40 seconds, still a chance to rotate.
Holy, look how much util they baited out.
At this point. Meanwhile, teammates are coming up. Alarm
oh, this round was incredible. How the pistol's so good.
Caron can't quite catch up just yet, but Texture's there right on top. The high-low.
Bro, got a dink on top of that. Caron
breaks open C site.
Incredible.
Playing the timer to their advantage, and GenG should get a safe plant.
That is the most beautiful thing so far, too. I mean, even though Caron lost his life, getting that upwards flick with the classic onto the tap allows for Texture to pick up the subsequent kill, and that's awesome.
Can't catch a break.
I mean, this is how GenG plays. It's, you know, a lot of respect and a lot of
this is a really cool pistol.
As well as to how they gather information and then go in for the site hit. This is now just a 1-on-4. No way 2G makes it out of this firing squad alive.
Yeah, he was even ready for the high-low.
Not even 3G can win this round.
Still too many members.
That's a good one.
So GenG, sure, looks like they were going to come out disadvantaged, dumping so much util, trying to trap whoever it was that pushed
Don't
out
get
over
ecoed.
on C-Mount. Jesse Vash, the Killjoy.
Dankish, 420 with the prime. Thank you for the 9 months, man. Thank you for all the support. Appreciate you being here.
Another lurk.
And it happens with all these like tiny windows of opportunities as well. Like that's
GenG start banning Sunset now. I mean, they perma-ban Icebox, right?
Texture is
they have been recently.
As he finds these entries onto the next round now with the Vandal.
Yeah, there's an option if they rematch to do it.
On the right side, but will they be able to meet this firepower? The sprays, it all goes through while Oreo takes down Texture. Caron with the Guardians from the back line. They have to nail their shots, and they are making it happen. Envy, though, a little bit of a sidestep.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good damage again.
Guns robbed away, but GenG
because this guy is miles away to pick up a gun as well.
And then the upgraded pistol, so at the end of the day, GenG, they'll still just be able to go on with a bonus, buy back up 2 rifles. This was the same idea that they had in the first half of Sunset, something that GenG has still been sticking with. We see a lot of variation, a lot more aggression.
How they always at the stack side against the ecos. I mean, this is nice from Secret.
Back up over here on the bonus, so see what they can do on the attacking side now with 3 Vandals. Looking to contest Mound once again. Forward alarm bot on Jesse Vash. That'll allow him to back off for the time being.
Meanwhile, Team Secret has their own approach to retain
on the map. One vault. It's pretty sure it might be uploaded.
Around that toxic screen still. We've got 2G now posted up on the rocks. Meanwhile, positions being swapped up. Team Secret back to a 2-1-2, but GenG not pushing up all that much up front. It's back to this rubble control that gives Team Secret a little bit more space.
It's a trap play at the ready though. They get spotted.
Okay.
Paranoia's at the ready if GenG commits to this. Gonna be the one-way first. He spots him, but Wild Oreo's actually gonna get the spam down right through the toxic screen. That's not the trade GenG we're looking for. Drone comes out now off of that, see if there's a lurk. They recognize there still is, so the opportunity to rotate to C site still open for GenG. Secret's well aware of it, and slowly starting to shift their weight. Lakia will do whatever he can to try to pull them back to A, but Secret's committed now, because look at the position from 2GE. He's looking to just play safe if they do end up coming to the A side.
Yeah, Gonna need more to create that presence if he wants to really bait Team Secret into rotating over. But for now, not really moving just yet. The Prowlers, though, Envy is thinking about it, but now the dark cover completely tells it all. It's gonna be a C hit with 15 seconds to boot. GenG has to move quick.
These two members, but Jesse Bash, a nice flick out of the poison cloud.
Speed up. Hope this guy doesn't get spammed.
The numbers advantage, but Munchkin, great cover to allow the spike to get planted in the last second. Karon all alone on the site. Lakia has to start sprinting over. He's trying to cut noise, but he just does not have the leisure to do so.
And what you
Three
gonna do with
members
this one?
all on the site already for Secret. And Lakia, he'll go for it. He goes for the C's to try to make it easy, but he's
so
just
close.
gonna whiff over the shoulder.
Put him down to 7 HP. Just needed that one bullet.
It's another round going back to
Dude, honestly, he gets that kill. Maybe, maybe.
Somewhat gone awry. Team
and had
Secret,
the fade eye to close.
Good job in controlling the map again. I mean, it's this GenG style of trying to play that default, I guess. But at the same time, you know, they've gotten rounds in the back, so this is not the biggest loss. But great way from Team Secret to try to adapt around these
plays that
GenG are trying to
Wait, what was that kill?
Texture now has the showstopper, though, so another potential change up in how the pacing of the match might go. And Team Secret respects it. They're actually rotating
two people
that will
get full reset on this one. Same on each. No, that's a lie. 3 people.
Hey, if the showstopper is used on A, that's great.
Big rounds. 3 people that beat Eco. 2 people that beat Eco. Look at Jeremy locking them in.
We can use it to hold them,
Dude,
stall
Micha's
them
on
even
top of the fact they could have done this already.
Very spread out post plan from GenG. Great control of their positions. They do get pushed out of stairs, which means they have to hold closer on Rumble. Munchkin, good for a running gun. Lakia, good for the trade. Now it's all 4 members of GenG exited out from tree. While Norio all alone wonders if there's anyone still lurking over on the site, over by tree. Now he knows all of them should be over out by main. Guiding light a little bit short. Oreo, he's looking for the first kill. He wants to try to even out, but now time out on his side. He's good for 1. He gets
I honestly did good. Dinked on the last bullet.
Wish it was a vandal, but it's not going to be. At the end of the day, the round's still going to GenG.
Yeah, and this, you would imagine is 11.
I mean, GenG,
they got no money.
Very sharp awareness as to how they want to operate around this map. I mean, yes, they have the showstopper. They made the right read as to how Team Secret might play around it.
Nice,
and because they didn't see
thing.
anybody, the way that they were controlling the timings on how
going into playoffs to set themselves up with that extra championship point heading in to Champion Seoul. More ults online now for GenG. The Seekers for Team Secret, but the weaponry not quite there.
It's going to be a tough
Got a
call.
Bucky and a Dream on this one. Let's see if GenG use any ults.
Starting to build up on these ultimates. I mean, look at this, William. You've got the Nightfall, you've got the From the Shadows, as well as Texture's big old rocket. Now onto the C play. They've spotted out 2GE. And with the pistol, it's just trying to double back. Jesse Bash still trying to stay hidden with this Bucky, but pretty soon going to be spotted around the entrance now.
Yeah, just trying
to double back.
The guns for it.
Opening shot, but Texture immediately trades.
Yeah, this really is Bucky and a Dream.
Trying to rotate all the way back around. He does not have the range with this gun. It's going to be tough.
Spike planted.
Well, he's just going to have to wait. Hope that they'll give him the lockdown.
And Munchkin.
GenG, I wonder if they
I mean, you
go for it. Well,
get the
Munchkin,
perfect
he
time.
wants his Viper's Pit as well, so he will go for a cheeky peek. Gets the kill right as Jesse Vash goes for the exit. And that is Viper's Pit now online. GenG continuing to invest into the ultimate bank.
And that is knocking on the door of match point now. got a couple of ultimates on Team Secret's side, but you know, apart from some of these players, you know, doing everything that they can, Wild Oreo with 11 assists, big numbers as well on the killing side. They haven't quite been able to make this composition work too well against GenG. They don't have the right reads, and GenG
and they go
still
fast over towards A. They suddenly want to fight with guns. It's that insane Omen flash. Get 3 people over towards main, so the rest of them can't help out Karen.
Kill as well. Envy with a Hunter's Fury to block off any potential pushes.
Yeah, I mean, this was
for
a
Team
lot
Secret,
down
but
to
they do
2G's
control of
flash
it.
here.
The fast lane was good to counter out the toxic screen.
He literally had an Omen flash, 3 people eat it here, and this guy's just on his own.
Control of this area. 2G
can't do anything.
on top as well. The spike already down. So the only thing they're afraid of is that lurk. Well, the turret's going to spot it.
And they at least conditioned them to be, well,
trying to eliminate that
maybe
as early
condition them, we'll see.
This time his teammates
at least show them that they can fight over towards A.
Just spots him, backs away. Says, all right, well, we know one's coming in from the flank. I'll let you know if he's coming in from stairs. Otherwise, just watch out for Baby Door. You know Texture is still here. You know that they're separated, so Team Secret, they want to take advantage of this. You know the stun has landed, and it's going to be a clean swing. Meteor, all alone, trying to play whatever mind games he can. Does have the credits, but not looking like there is a good chance. Obviously, Jesse Vash 1 point away from the lockdown, so that's something for Meteor to consider as well. Oh. Well, 2G, another headshot. Meteor will get 1 point towards his, and Jesse Vash
have the money now,
isn't the one who gets the kill. Lockdown still a step away from Team Secret.
Pendulum with the 3 months. Hello, mate. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate the tier 1.
Like you mentioned, just a great counter from Team Secret this time.
Hello.
Managing to read the play from GenG correctly, sliding through
Around
the
here, yeah,
flash,
for sure.
One that favors them when they play around these angles, when they play around the utility that they have. Not sure if it's going to be the same call in the next round, though. And Team Secret's going to have to switch things up. They're still trying to go in for that rebel control.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be long-range support from Envy. The recon's on its way. The fast
did find a post from April showing post timeout win rates. So I know the post you're talking about. So, okay, do you know what I think the confusion is? This stat that they're currently doing now is the round after the timeout, and it stops there. The post that you're reading is timeout and then how many rounds they get if they like go on a run basically after. And I think that's where the confusion is. I think he thinks that's what the stat is.
Back in, the Seekers coming through. Karen will eliminate one of them, but the other one still goes all the way back.
But it's literally the round after.
Now Team Secret slowly but surely surrounding GenG, tightening the choke onto this Viper's pin. Jeremy going for the spam, trying to bait them out. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Karon still good for another defense. Spike's still not planted. GenG will wait until they know for a fact that they are safe with 2G.
Oh, the timing on this and timing on this.
Shrouded step to give Envy an opportunity. Lakia gets a sense of it, and 2G will eventually get taken out as Munchkin brings
too many ults, man. Viper is just too strong here.
Team Secret doing their darndest to try to dismantle this Viper's pit. I mean, they had some good ideas, some good flicks as well. Wild Oreo just diving right in. You had Envy trying to sneak past Lakia as well. But that said, GenG, when you have Karen and Lakia and everyone just so aware of what they had to do, once they had this Viper's pit up, the round was pretty much secured. I mean, Team Secret, like you mentioned, this is how they've always wanted to make this composition work. Just trying to check for it, trying to rotate on through, making the right reads. But unfortunately, with the ultimates on GenG's side, it wasn't quite meant to be. And now, with the lockdown available,
so with the recon going from here, they're trying to make it look like there's more people over towards.
Yeah, Team Secret, they have to be ready for this. GenG got the read that the B side is weak, and Texture not able to
Thank
land
God he
for
got
the
the
kill,
kill
but
in the
it's
end.
going to be the overdrive taken down. Lakia, good for 2 kills, still
Lakia
alive.
did good trades. If Meteor gets
still
an
in the
orb,
hands of GenG, a
they can
3v3.
have a Killjoy.
GenG might be trapped for now, but they do still have that turret to make sure that their backs are safe. Jesse Vash looking for timing, recognizes that the rotation hasn't happened yet. How far does he go? Karon's waiting for it. It's a game of patience, and Karon's gonna win it! Stalwart for GenG.
That's probably it, right? Jesse had ult, I think.
The numbers now in their favor. The Killjoy coming out of C-side. GenG will look to re-clear Mound.
So much time, and they're just so patient with how they want to check and clear everything. Very diligent in how they want to move around the map. With that, site's been opened up, and they are moving on through. 2G does his best to try to get that awareness, try to get that early kill to try to thin
What
out
after
the
Team
numbers. They would
Secret
have been a
playing
2-on-2
split? I
if he
can't
got his.
remember.
But that said, it's not
GenG
meant to be.
have a nice
Lockdown
split.
now, and Wild Oreo with 17 HP, Will. 17 has to try to clutch this out.
Yeah, he was hoping that maybe they would come in early, try to go for the spike plant, get a cheeky kill, but he doesn't get it. Timmy the Turret's his biggest enemy there as he has to dip away right into Lakia's sight. A 4K to round
Team Secret
things
gotta
out.
try,
What a day
man.
for
Team Secret
Lakia,
gotta try winning
trying to
pistol
make
for
sure
this
that
next map.
GenG goes all
Just
the way
one.
to a third map.
And they managed to
asking for
go
too much.
all the way through. Team Secret